It's 2:30. Having a late lunch with America and caffeine. Got a lot on the mind. Just kind of venting, trying to get it right. Welcome all. Thank you all. It has been a long, fun journey. And I thank everybody. This is the time of thanks. This is the holiday season. There is a lot to be thankful. 2020 needs to get out of here. And we need to start a new year with less bullshit, less drama, much more positivity. Let's get that ass clown that's going to be in office out. he doesn't deserve to be there. But anyway, I want to say thank you. I got a couple things that I want to talk about, and I put stuff away because I've tried this like 3 times. First off, New England FPV is growing, and we have planted a seed in the West Coast. And we have Raider FPV.
Ribbit.
Excuse me. And Raider is heading up West Coast FPV. And we have some awesome people, which I'm going to leave as a cliffhanger, that are interested in growing and being part of West Coast FPV. And I'm going to leave it, like I said, as a cliffhanger to what's going to happen, because we're kind of keeping it quiet, but not doing anything, but discussing it until after the new year, where people can get through the holidays, spend time with their families, and then we're just going to come out the box hot as hell. We are going to try to make a difference. My mentality of positivity, share with one another, help one another. Don't be ashamed if you're a new pilot and you crash all the time, if you don't know how to edit. If you're out here and you're trying to grow, if you're trying to be a better pilot, if you need help, that is why I started my channel. Because I spent a lot of dumb money that I didn't need to, because I didn't have anybody to help. And now that I've been in the hobby for quite a while, have figured some shit out, and have a group of people that are together. I don't say following me, we kind of follow each other. We are all bonded at the hip with this addiction called FPV, that we have a great little group of people, and we are going to grow together. And we are going to help this community, because all the big guys out there that are making money off of this don't give a flying F about all of us little guys. We're here to help everybody and share our talents, our hobbies, our mentality, our videos. That's how it is. Let me see if I can put my phone in my little thing here. My kid came home during the making of the first video and kind of interrupted. Oh, crap. So, trying to change. There we go. Is it going to stay? Yeah. Oh, that's me. Let me go back. Try it again. Usually I put it in the little holder, so that way, as I'm doing this, I don't have to do this. There we go. All right. It's not staying. There we go. All right. So anyway, West Coast is growing, and I cannot wait. After the holidays, there's going to be an explosion. You're going to see WCFPV, New England FPV, NEFPV is already here, and who knows? It could be worldwide FPV after we're done, and it will just be a seed. Forget the coronavirus spreading all over the world. How about us? How about positivity for once? How about creativity? That's where I want to go with this. That's why I got Raider, and that's why we're going to continue to grow, because we're going to make a difference. We're going to have some fun doing it, have contests, change the community, change people's process. So when you get into this hobby and you go, I don't have an effing clue where to go, how do I find out how to bind this quad? How do I tune it? How do I add LEDs? I like this. I don't know what editor to buy. You will have a group all across the board, somewhere close to you somehow, that will be able to help. We'll be a phone call away. We'll be an email away. And you will have a group that you can hopefully come out and fly with once the world gets back to normal. You'll have a group that you can video chat with, make YouTube videos. That's where we want to go with this. And I say we because it's not just one seed plants, but it branches out, and that is exactly what we're doing. But anyway, so my my idea for this video was, why are LEDs important? And I have been known forever for the amount of LEDs I put on anything. When I was in the car scene, my car looked like light bright. It was so bright. LEDs under the car, in the wheel well, under the hood, inside, under the seats. Now it's in my house. It's everywhere. But I think there is a reason why they should be on your quad. Sorry it's taken so long to get to this process, but Raider printed me some kick-ass ducks that are clear. Took a little bit of work because whatever file he used, it wasn't individual ducks because they are slightly different based on the flat spots that need to be in particular places because they're different. So I had to go in and shave and change and modify just a bit so they worked in the proper spaces. I only intend to use them in the rear, so I pre-shaved the ducts that I have in case I break. But anyway, so this is Mr. Cinematic, and he was kind of the catalyst for my crazy flying cinematic slow, #slow flow.
Ribbit.
Flying through the trees, flying under bushes, flying in between people. That's my mantra. But now that we're flying with a couple people, we have spotters all the time. It's hard to see this thing when it goes up into a tree, especially with it, used to being all green. So what I did was I got from Brian, there's an LED strip here, a bright green LED strip firing in to the clear duct. So my spotter will have no problem seeing that. You got the LEDs on the back, which you could see in multiple videos that we've done together. Brian was coming off a sunset, flying. That flickering isn't the LED, that's the receiver on the inside. But Brian and I were doing this kick-ass flight together, drone tread on me, big shout. And Ice Hat FPV, go follow him. Anyway, he was looking at the sunset over the front of the house, 100 feet up or so, and as he's turning around, coming back, looking at the house, you see this little green blur deep in the backyard going through all the tree branches. That was this. Before all of this. And this was actually before this one where I had just the green. Let me unplug it so I don't waste the battery. LEDs add to the cinematic, the fun aspect of flying. Where if you're two guys flying together, you see the cool LEDs going back and forth. Look at that nail. That hurt. You can do anything with these. Anything. Now, when it's stuck in a tree and you go, hey, where the hell is it, man? You're going to see this orb of glowing light up in the air. You're not going to miss it. I sank this thing in the river twice in one day. And I wouldn't have found it if it wasn't for that. Before I did all this big ass green LED, it sank upside down and was at the bottom. It was only 4 or 5-ish feet under the water, but how quickly that murky water canvases this thing, and it was basically invisible except for this monster glowing. So it saved my ass. So if it's stuck in a tree, stuck in the water, if your spotter is watching it and you decide to get stuck in a tree somewhere, they will be able to pinpoint it much faster. Like I said, it adds more fun. When you're flying at nighttime or just after the sun has gone down, dusk, they glow and add to the effect of the video. And you can get them on anything. They've got little disco lights that I have on the actual original Tiny Whoop that are 1S. So it just goes right into where the power lead goes into the flight controller. And they do their own thing. They flash and glow and change every single color. Lifesaver. I got stuck behind one of the humidors at the cigar shop a year or so ago flying, and I wouldn't have found it. It was such a dark, skinny little cut behind the wall in the humidor that I couldn't see it. Even with the flashlight on my phone, it just wasn't enough to get back there. And with that LED flashing going, hey, stupid, you're back here, I was able to find it and find a way to get it out. They add to the effect. They have other ones. Hold on, let me reach you. Actually, we'll take a journey over here. go to the other side of the office. This is Enigma. This is my cinematic 5-inch quad. And this is a completely different style flight. But these have LEDs on the motor wires. This one's loose because somehow it got stuck on something and pulled it loose, so I got to fix that. These are, I think they're white. I forgot what color they are. I can't even, because it won't turn on. Never mind. When you arm your motors and go into idle air, when these spin up, these start glowing. And based on when you take off, which input you give, they get brighter or dimmer, which give you a really cool effect. Can't see them when you're flying, but it helps if you're flying line of sight. This also has a bright green one and a white one attached to it. So if you're flying line of sight, just showing people the quad or having fun, or you're looking for a particular shot and just doing line of sight, you've got glow. That's got enough white underneath it where it actually protrudes out a little bit and helps in the evening. But again, there is an endless way that you can add LEDs, excuse me, man, to your quad. There's no shortage. Even like the tiny whoops, like I said, they have them on the board. You can't see them. They're on the edges. They glow. They flash. It helps find it. LEDs are important, and I think they shouldn't be passed up. And you can make it light up like a Christmas tree, considering the holiday. But yeah, it's fun. It just adds to the customization of the quad, and you can make it your own with the colors. They actually have ultraviolet versions of these and the ones that are underneath. I have a set of the ultraviolets. I'm trying to figure out where I can use them. It'd be like the disco FPV. There's a thing there. There's definitely something there that you could do. You could outline the whole thing with ultraviolet LEDs, so when you're flying around, everything around it would glow. Especially if you were flying in clubs or other particular places. Maybe you wouldn't want to see things glowing if you read into that joke. Trying to be adult about that. Forget it. But yeah. So what the hell's on my foot? Oh, piece of glue. Sorry about that. Look in LEDs. You can put them everywhere, anywhere. Have some fun with it. And I think I hear my wife calling me. Let me know what you think. Again, a lot of people just fly and don't put the effort in. They just build a quad. But OCD and all that craziness, I have to add all of those elements into the quad. It makes it stand out, and people enjoy it as much as I do. And yeah, that's it. Snack time. I wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Hope everybody a safe holiday. I look forward to chatting with you guys some more. I look forward to New England FPV growing. West Coast FPV is official, and we're going to see where we can go from there. And thank you all. Thank you all very much for hopefully following all the way to the end of this mumbling rant. And we'll see y'all later. Peace out.